What's up, y'all? It is I, the Whiskey Wonder. So, once again, my hard drinking ass found a bottle that I enjoy immensely, and I've been meaning to do a review on it 3 bottles ago. However, I have the next to last bottle that my local shop has in stock. I'll probably go pick that up tomorrow. Unless Georgia's about to get a little bit of snow. I'm thinking one, maybe 2 inches at most. But we all said that shit last year, and we ended up getting like 11 to 12 inches of snow. So it's Georgia. Georgia's more bipolar than I am. So anyway, I've been saving this bottle since since yesterday. I've seen it on Instagram. I'm not sure which accounts, but I've seen it pop up here and again on Instagram, and I never saw the bottle in person in any shop that I frequent. And so one day when I was at one of the shops that I go to, I actually went in to buy E.H. Taylor's small batch bourbon, but I saw this one because it was sitting right next to it, and it wasn't there a couple of days before. So when I saw it, I got hyped. I looked at the price point, and I was super excited about it. The distillery, of course, is the famous Buffalo Trace Distillery. I reviewed a lot of different drinks coming out of that distillery, so I was really happy to find this one. What I'm talking about is this. Dun, 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 dun. Sazerac Rye, straight rye whiskey. Alcohol, 45% by volume, which makes it a 90 proof pour. I don't know. On the back it just says this rye whiskey is the perfect choice to make the Sazerac cocktail, America's first cocktail. I kind of skimmed through the history of Sazerac, and apparently it has something to do with a drink or something, or coffee, some shit down in New Orleans, and they claim to have made the very first bourbon cocktail. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't been to New Orleans since I was like 10 years old, so I can't really speak on it much. I can tell you that I am not always a fan of rye whiskey. Tell you why, and it's weird. I mentioned a couple of videos ago that some bourbons I'm finding are giving me a little bit of heartburn. So, you know, after a few Tums, maybe a splash of water, I'm able to handle it a little bit. But then I found out that if I drink more water during the day, water is important. So I've been able to handle it. Rye, for people who don't know what the fuck rye is is basically like a grass, but it's in the wheat family. It's one of the healthier grains. It's one of the cleaner grains. When I say clean, I mean it's like, you know, of course you're gonna find some what's that shit that everybody's gluten. You don't find some gluten in this grain, bro. But rye is usually used for, I don't know, bread. One of my favorite breads is rye bread. I like Reuben sandwiches like that with a good dark rye bread. It's really good. And the reason why I like it so much because you can taste a little bit of it's got a little kick to it. I guess I could say most whiskeys, most bourbons are a 51% corn mash bill, but this one is on the rye side. So it's interesting to see. I've had the Weller Special Reserve, which is a wheated whiskey. It's okay. It's okay. It was okay when I first got it. I was excited when I first found the Weller Special Reserve because it was $17. Now, for some reason, my local shops have jacked that shit up an extra $10, which means I'll never buy that shit again because to me it was only worth $16 or $17. That's a foul, by the way, for you guys that own and manage shops. Don't do that shit because some of us know. Some of us have, some of us are buying the shit when you first get it, and it's like mad cheap. And I guess it gets popular and it's harder for you guys to find, so you fuck us up, the consumer. That's how you lose customers, bro. That's how you lose customers, and I'm seeing it a lot more. But I'm also finding a lot of places where I can go that keep shit where it needs to be, especially for my spending habits. But the Sazerac Rye, straight rye whiskey, it's majority of rye. It was an interesting drink. I didn't know if I would like it or not, but I had to get it. The cool thing about it is it's really hard to find, supposedly, but once you do, you'll be surprised how something is really hard to find, but is priced really well. This 750 milliliter bottle cost a crispy $31. And at that price point, well, like I said, this is like my third or fourth bottle. You can see how much I have left in it. And school tomorrow has been called out due to weather in the state of Georgia, which means if we get a snow flurry, just one, the whole state shuts down, all the eggs, all the bread, all the milk, gone. So somebody's out there snowed in making hella French toast. I need to find those people tomorrow. But hopefully my liquor store is open tomorrow. That way I can go get the very last bottle, unless some person that knows about this shit buys it before me. I should have gotten it today, but I ended up getting Jameson per the wife's request. Sazerac Rye. Let's see if we can get a good... It's a different color, man. It's almost a red. It's got more red to it than most bourbons that I've look at that. It's a sketch. It's got a red tint to it. It's a nice little red tint to it. If you look through it like that in the light, it's a cool color. On the nose, you got your citrus, caramel. Little spice. Now I've had rye whiskeys before. I only like some of them. But this one is a little bit on the lighter side of most of your regular rye bourbons. And I think that's why I like it. Don't get me wrong. Don't forget, I'm that motherfucker that loves fucking, what's it called? Bruidelich Scotch, the peated one. I'm the one that likes Smokehead Scotch. I'm the one whose favorite Scotch is Lafroig. Second favorite is fucking Ardbeg. Third is Cow Isla. Yeah, I can go down the line of everything that's super mega peated. That's the shit I like. So I'm not really 100% understanding why I'm not a big fan of rye, but on the taste, there is that citrus fruit. I don't know which citrus fruit. Pick one. Whatever it is, it's probably round. And then there's a slight sweetness, not as much as you would with a corn mash. Then on the back end, you got that little peppery, that little peppery, and then you got the char from the barrels. All that shit comes together, and it's like a melting pot of flavor. And I tried it with a splash of water, opened it up a little bit, took a little bit of that pepper kick out. Tried it with a small ice chip, same result. Obviously, straight up neat is the way to go. If at least for your first couple of pours. And then if you can't take it and you start to feel like chest hairs coming in, then maybe throw some ice or some water in that shit. But I truly enjoy the Sazerac Rye. And shit, on a scale of 1 star to 5, Sazerac Rye gets, I'm gonna give this bitch a 4.5. And there ain't a lot of drinks that I've given that high a score to. I do recommend it if you can find it. If you can find it, whether you're a huge fan of rye whiskey or not, pick it up because, like I said, all the years I've been doing bourbon and scotch, I haven't seen this on the shelf yet. And I go to Total Wine, I go to some of the bigger box retailers, and I haven't seen it. This one was found in the second smallest package store in my area. So that's pretty fucking impressive. This guy also has shit like Stag Jr. and Kentucky Owl and both E.H. Taylor small batch and single barrel and just little gems, you know what I'm saying? I love shit like that. It's like, I feel like fucking Jack Sparrow and I'm finding treasure. But it's a beautiful pour. You guys, if you can find the Sazerac Rye, if you can find it, pick it up. Pick it up. You can share it with friends if you want to. But being that it's so hard to find, you might want to hang on to it yourself. This is Whiskey Wonder. This is a pre-snowed in review. Pray for Georgia. We will rebuild. This 1 inch of snow is about to kick our asses. I went to the Kroger and half the bread was gone. Half the sandwich meat was gone. Luckily the dude was restocking the eggs. And I bought milk yesterday just on general purpose. It's the South, baby. You don't know what to do with this snow. I bet y'all get out there and walk around and drink. Whiskey Wonder. See y'all next time.